Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Brickozoids Den. Alright, so we're back at it with What If. We have episode 5 that just came out today. Yeah, it was. I think a lot of people liked it. I'm meh on it. It was fine. I definitely think there's gonna be a part 2, or I don't know if it's gonna be in this season. I think it'll probably be saved for next season. Yeah, I don't know. It was fine. I liked the episode 4 way better. This one was good, but even if they were to do a part, actually no, I'll explain this at the end because I don't want to kind of get into that. But anyways, I'll get into this whole episode here right now. We had the Bifrost opening up, sending Hulk teleporting down to Earth, which of course was from Infinity War, and he lands in the Sanctum Sanctorum. Nobody's there. And then the Cloak of Levitation watches from the distance, kind of. That was kind of like this shot where you get to see the side of it. Bruce Banner comes out with clothes from, I don't know, it kind of looks like very similar to like Wong's clothing and stuff like that. Anyways, the world is like really empty. Nobody's on the streets, nothing. Very different from what we saw in Infinity War, of course. Then we have Cull Obsidian and Ebony Maw showing up, and Bruce Banner tries to turn into the Hulk to take him on. We get a Doctor Strange portal that shows up, and Iron Man, Wong, Doctor Strange attack Ebony Maw and Cull Obsidian. And Bruce Banner's like, yeah, alright, good job, guys. We got to take them down. But he starts to notice that they start to bite Cull Obsidian and Ebony Maw and do zombie stuff. So that's not good. And then all 5 of them become a zombie, and the Cloak of Levitation saves Bruce Banner. And there's like this whole fight where basically it's the Cloak of Levitation versus Cull Obsidian, Ebony Maw, Doctor Strange, Wong, and Iron Man. And Wong gets his head cut off after a Doctor Strange type portal closes on him, on his head, or on his neck. And Bruce Banner almost gets eaten, but he does not. He's all set. A swarm of bugs turns everybody into skeletons, and then we learn that Wasp was controlling the swarm of bugs, and she cuts off Iron Man's head. Bugs eat the zombie's head, and, it's pretty gross. This episode is very gross, actually. There's a lot of exploding, a lot of biting, and a lot of eating, but in the very gross manner. Anyways, we learn that Spider-Man is also still alive, which is good. So basically, there's like this little thing where they kind of give you backstory on how this all came to be. And 2 weeks earlier, basically, Hank Pym traveled to the quantum realm, found Janet Van Dyne, who contracted a quantum realm virus. That was kind of the explanation, that corrupted her brain, and that's basically where this whole zombie thing came from. And so when they come out of the quantum realm, Scott Lang is also bit, so that's not good. He gets attacked by Janet and Hank. Then within 24 hours, the entire Pacific Northwest was infected with this zombie stuff. And the Avengers try to help out, but they all got bit. So basically Earth's mightiest heroes just got turned into zombies. That was basically it. And then we have Peter Parker, who made a little video about how to survive a zombie apocalypse. Happy Hogan, Bucky Barnes, Sharon Carter, and Okoye survived. And we learn that the infection is passed through saliva. Zombies follow this stench, and always to aim for the head, because that's what kills them. The group travels to the Grand Central Station in Scott Lang's van that shrinks and everything, or I think it was something like that. And they decide to split up. Peter Parker mentions that, have you ever seen a horror movie, Okoye? Don't ever split up. Okoye says, it'll be fine. Anyways, so there's like a group where they're trying to fix like a train to get good transport, which was Wasp, Kurt, who's like this guy. I don't think he was in any other Marvel project or anything. I think he's just like some random guy who's like a comic relief type thing. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I just don't remember him at all, if he was in any other movie or anything like that. But yeah, Kurt, this guy, you just, random guy, really civilian kind of guy. Bruce Banner and Spider-Man are fixing a train, while there's a group who is trying to kind of like protect the area, which is Happy Hogan, Sharon Carter, Bucky Barnes, and Okoye. They try to fix the train, but end up having to pull it a little bit to get it going. Spider-Man has to do that. And we see a Falcon shadow in the station. Uh-oh. And then Happy Hogan has an Iron Man pulsar, which I wanted to just kind of note, which was really cool to see. And Hogan gets swarmed by a bunch of birds and gets dragged into the darkness. Sharon gets shot by Hawkeye, and Happy Hogan becomes a zombie, which is really sad. So he was the first to go of this group. Okoye and Bucky versus Falcon was a very cool fight. Wanted to mention that really quick. And then Okoye kills Falcon. Yeah, again, a lot of killing. Like, she cut him in half with her spear. Pretty gross. And then Sharon Carter also was able to escape Hawkeye. Peter almost gets bit, but the Cloak of Levitation protects him. Kurt also almost gets bit, but everybody makes it on, obviously, besides Happy, who got bit, of course, by Hawkeye, I believe. And then the Cloak of Levitation gets Peter in the train because he was still outside after pulling it, and the Cloak of Levitation just kind of launches him in there. And then they're headed for a camp. I don't remember what it was called. It was like Lehi or something. I forget what it is. Lehi. Anyways, Sharon was on a separate train car from the rest of the group because the protection group was kind of a little bit split up. So Sharon was kind of on her own train car, and she is attacked by Captain America, Zombie Captain America, which was a very cool Lego minifigure, by the way, in the Marvel CMF series, which is pretty cool. Anyways, Zombie Cap versus Bucky and Wasp versus Sharon Carter, Zombie Sharon Carter now. And then Hope got cut by a zombie after they defeat Sharon and Captain America. Once again, very gross. Wasp actually goes within Sharon and then turns big and blows her up from the inside out. Pretty gross, like I said. But like I just said as well, Hope did get cut or got some sort of injury from the zombie, and she's slowly becoming one. Wasp, or Hope, whatever, notices how Peter stays upbeat a lot, even though he lost a lot of people. Aunt May, Uncle Ben. Aunt May, I think, probably got turned to a zombie. Hogan, Tony Stark, the whole deal. And then the train ran out of fuel, of course. Of course it has to run out of fuel. They can't get it perfect all the way through. They're going to have to walk through a zombie horde. Hope blames herself for the zombies, and she turns big and carries the team across the horde, and she's basically just brought down by a bunch of zombies. And when they get past the fence, this group of our remaining 5, which I believe is Peter, Bruce Banner, Kurt, can't believe he's still alive, Okoye, and Bucky Barnes, I think, was the group. Anyways, they just kind of stand there, the zombies, like behind the fence, which is interesting. And they don't try and scale it, and like I said, they just stand there. Vision is there. Vision is an android, so he doesn't really get eaten. He's not really, as he said, on the menu. And the Mind Stone, he's able to use the Mind Stone to keep the zombies at bay. And he talks about trying to use targeted exposure to hopefully reverse the zombie's condition. And then he flips the chair, and Scott Lang's head is preserved. Vision cured Scott Lang, like he's trying to do with everybody with his targeted exposure. But Vision needs a satellite network to broadcast the Mind Stone's frequency worldwide, theoretically. Wakanda may have the tech to do this, but Bucky Barnes decides... This is really dumb to me. I actually hated this. Bucky Barnes searches alone, on his own, for a transport vehicle to get to Wakanda. Dumb. He went on his own. I just thought it was so stupid. Anyways, but I mean, I guess it's a lot of those types of movies where all the actors or the characters just do something dumb and they die anyways. But actually, surprisingly, Bucky Barnes did not die. Anyways, Bruce Banner checks the security logs and sees that they aren't the only survivors who have been here before. And then we have this little quick shot where Vision looks very suspicious. We see a zombie who's caught behind the glass in the dark, so we couldn't really see who it was very well. At least I couldn't. And Bucky actually shoots the glass, but it doesn't break. Anyways, Bucky finds T'Challa with an amputated leg. Vision set a trap to bring survivors in to feed zombie Wanda. Or Scarlet Witch, whatever. And Wanda's powers are too strong, so he must contain her here. She resisted the Mind Stone stuff. Anyways, Vision cannot bring himself to eliminate her, and zombie Wanda becomes awakened. Wanda eats Kurt, or, turns into a zombie, whatever, and Cloak of Levitation saves Scott Lang's head. Then we have basically this whole team versus Wanda Maximoff, which is very cool, and they escape her, which is good. Okoye does not make it, and the team is able to escape on a Quinjet, and then Vision just kills himself, because apparently he's just sad about what he did. Maybe I missed something when I was watching the episode, because I only watched this episode once, because I wasn't, it was fine, it wasn't my favorite, obviously. But I'm pretty sure his only reason was that he just felt bad about what he did, which I understand. But to be fair, he's also an android. He's extremely powerful. He's basically invincible in this entire universe, like one of these universes, he's basically invincible because he can't get bit. So why just don't kill yourself? You could be the only person who could save everybody. Sure, he saves the Mind Stone, whatever, but why not you be the one to travel to Wakanda with them? Because you're basically invincible. Oh, look at this, using the Mind Stone. I don't know. I just think that was weird. Anyways, Wanda launches Bucky away, but I don't think she bit him. So I think Bucky could still be alive, but she just kind of like launches him across or away. I don't know. He just got launched, so he's probably still alive. Anyways, Wanda bites Bruce, but he gets... So, yeah, this was actually kind of interesting that I wanted to highlight as well. Wanda bites Bruce Banner, but his arm kind of turns into like a Hulk arm, and it is... my guess is that it's strong enough to keep him like from not turning into a zombie because... I don't know, like the bite couldn't pierce through the skin. I don't know, but they also said it was through saliva, so... I don't know. I'm still questioning it myself. Anyways, Bruce Banner holds off the Horde so that Peter, T'Challa, and Scott Lang can escape. Hulk fights the Horde. He turns into Hulk, and then we have Hulk versus Wanda. A giant zombie, Hope Van Dyne, stops the Quinjet, but they end up escaping anyway. And then we have Zombie Thanos with the Infinity Stones, which was very cool, actually. One of the highlights of the episode. And then they just kind of ended it after they basically ended with Peter, Parker, T'Challa, and Scott Lang flying in the Quinjet, I believe it was a Quinjet, to Wakanda to hopefully fix the zombie horde. I think there's going to be a part 2 here. I mean, they could have ended it, but I just think that they're going to like return to this idea later in some other, maybe like season 2 or something. They'll have another zombie-related episode. Just to kind of like finish off the story, round out the whole story with the zombies. But I also think that if they were to do a part 2, they kind of already killed a lot of the main Avengers. Hawkeye's gone, I believe. I think he was gone. I think he got beat up. Anyways, I know Captain America and Iron Man are gone. Like I said, I believe Hawkeye's gone. Hulk potentially could still be alive because he's still in Hulk form, and it looks like the bites weren't really getting to him. Who else is in the Avengers? Oh my god. Thor's still alive, actually. So maybe I'm wrong. But basically, like, Iron Man, there was a pretty good amount of the Avengers that have already been zombified, and Wanda, and, a lot of people. A lot of people have already been zombied, or became zombies, whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, I don't know. So we'll see if they ever do a part 2. Alright, so that was pretty much it. Again, not my favorite episode. I definitely think episode 4 was still the best. This kind of reminds me of, like, the... Endgame came out, and then Far From Home came out. It's like Far From Home couldn't beat like Endgame or like the Infinity Wars or whatever. So it's kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know. It was fine, I guess. There was a lot of action. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, there's not too much to say about it. I just thought it was a pretty meh overall episode. Like I said, episode 4 was much better, and I hope we see Evil Doctor Strange again from episode 4. But we're talking about episode 5 here, so. Anyways, that is probably, that's about it. So I will see you guys later when I post the next video in the future. Do the common YouTube stuff, and, yeah. See you guys.